The skies are opening up and pouring their bounty of liquid refreshment onto the earth. What do we do now? Grab that water and hold on to it as long as you can. Easier said than done, right? As droughts in California are getting longer and more frequent, we're experiencing water shortages more often. They say that at least 50% of the water consumed by residential properties is used in the landscape. Our goal in this video is to show you powerful ways to reduce the amount of water used by your landscape and to inspire you to take action. There are two methods that not only bring instant water savings, but provide you with a gorgeous and interesting garden that will make your heart sing. The first method is to change out the thirsty water-guzzling plants to low-water, climate-appropriate plants. We talk about this in the video titled Water-Wise Actions for Your Fire-Smart Garden. Look at the comparison between the amount of water these different yards require. The second method is to take advantage of the free water that falls from the sky. But you might say that typically we receive no rainfall during the summer months, and sometimes we go 6 months without rain. The amount of water we could potentially capture from even a low rainfall season is astounding. If you look at the comparison between average rainfall and the water needs for lawns, you can see that trying to provide water for lawns using rainfall is a lost cause. The blue bars represent average rainfall in inches for each month of the year, and the red bars show the water needs in inches of high water plants or lawn. But now you can see that low water plants need such little water that indeed the stored rainfall could provide for these plants well into the summer. Santa Rosa has an average rainfall of 31 inches a year, and low water plants only need 8 inches a year. So the right amount of water is delivered to the landscape naturally. We just need to figure out how to capture and store it. How do we capture this water and hold on to it into the dry season? Sure, we can use barrels, cisterns, and tanks, but we can also use the landscape itself as a living sponge to absorb the rainwater and hold on to it as long as possible. We can emulate large natural systems on our own properties. Imagine the roof of your house as the mountains. The rain gutters are the rivers and streams, and the landscape is the aquifer. We just need to slow the flow of the water coming off the roof, gutters, and downspouts. We also should do calculations as to how much water will be delivered to the landscape with different amounts of rain. For example, 1 inch of rain falling on a 1,000 square foot roof will yield 623 gallons of water. We handle slowing the flow in the landscape in the Water-Wise and Fire-Smart Gardens plan by using a rain garden. You could also use berms, basins, and swales to slow the water down so it can sink in. Here we show a cross-section of rain gardens and some typical specifications. See our resources sheet for more information on these. Here are a couple of rain gardens in action. Swales tend to be long and narrow with high sides and low sides. Here are a couple of projects where they sculpted the land to encourage the water to spread and sink in. Dry stream beds come to life in the rainy season. And of course, we can use tanks and rain barrels. They come in many different sizes, shapes, and designs. Now that we know how to get the water into the landscape, how do we store it? How do we keep it there for months until the dry season? If you want to store water, a jar or container with a lid works rather nicely. But how do you put a lid on your landscape? Well, my friend, mulch is the lid on the landscape. A study conducted at Texas A&M University found that only a 1-inch layer of mulch in planted areas lowers the plant water requirement by 25%. That's because it prevents or delays the evaporation of water from the soil. If 1 inch of mulch can achieve that, imagine what 3 or more inches could do. Mulch has many more benefits as well. Remember the compost. This will provide essential nutrients and increase the ability of the soil to hold on to water as long as possible. It improves drainage in clay soils and water retention in sandy soils. And you don't even have to work it in. Just spread it on top and let the soil organisms, the natural cultivators, go to work. Can you see now how just 2 powerful methods can make a huge difference? Changing out your lawn to low water plants and using the water that nature freely delivers can make your yard beautiful and satisfying. You'll use much less water, and our beleaguered water supply will benefit greatly. I urge you to do something right away to make this happen. Take advantage of our turf exchange rebate program, or simply apply a generous layer of mulch on your landscape. Whether your actions are small or grand, the rewards you reap will inspire you and your neighbors to take even more feel-good actions.